And also underline the expression night fell, night fall. First you write the expression night fall. It can be a verb, it can be a noun. The nightfall, noun. The night fell, verb. Have you got the difference? Then you write the word. So what is the meaning of the expression nightfall? Becoming dark. Night sets in. Then we use that expression. Write the meaning of the word fragile. Fragile means, very good, delicate. First you write the word delicate. Fragile, write the combinations. Fragile ecosystem. Write the combinations. I insist. Fragile ecosystem. Then you write a fragile habitat. Also write the third one, fragile. Fragile situation. Write the third one, fragile situation. Fragile means what? Delicate. Which part of speech is it? From now on, we'll focus on parts of speech. Adjective, fragile, something. But there is another word, synonym, in a way. Write the word brittle. Brittle also means delicate. It also means easily broken. Write two words. First you write the word delicate. Then you write easily broken. Generally we use it with the second meaning. What is the second meaning? Easily broken. And based on that, the example, please write eggshells. You all know eggshells. Eggshells are brittle, easy to break. Have you got it now? Fine. We'll go back to the first one. Fragile, Himalayas, and any other word. You all know the meaning of the word rescue. You all know the word access. Access, what are the combinations and what is the preposition? Please write. They have given in a few exams. So I am telling you. Please write access to. Access to someone or to something. Usually it goes with, write the combinations. Information, power, access to power, authority, resources, access to resources, access to information, access to a person. Also write the last one, access to the CM, Chief Minister. That means you can meet him and talk to him. Have you got the meaning? Is the mic on? Too early to ask this question. So we will go to the next one. The National Crisis Management Committee was trapped. Committee was trapped, but you cannot decide that people. Does it sound grammatically correct? No. Here, what is the second word? Told. We'll try with that one. The National Crisis Management Committee was told that people trapped in the project tunnel were rescued by the Indo-Tibetan border police while efforts were on to rescue those trapped in another tunnel. Perfect. What is the answer based on that? Again, A, B. Which option is that? First option is the answer. All of you underline the word crisis. Answer my question. Which part of speech is it? Sure, it's a noun. Answer my question. What is the plural of that? That is important. Please write. First you write the word crisis. Then you write the word crisis. Crisis is a plural form. That is important from the exam point of view. Crisis, crisis. Have you made a note? Any other word? Trap, you all know the word trap. Don't get trapped by anyone. Don't fall in anyone's trap. So, you all know the word tunnel. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Means what? There is a hope. Write that expression. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel means there is some hope. Shall I go to question number 3? There were fears of evacuated. Does it sound grammatically correct and contextually correct? See, when I ask this question, only a few are responding. The reason for asking, to assess your standards. A person who is good at English, the moment he or she reads, there were fears of evacuated, knows for sure something is wrong. There were fears of evacuation is right. What is the difference between evacuated, evacuation? Same word, one is a verb, the other one is a noun. So grammar knowledge, awareness, once you read, you know there is some problem. How many of you can say that, sir, the moment we read this, we knew there was a problem? Raise your hands. Not too many, that is important. Then you get the answer. So it is not the right word. What is the right word? There were fears of downstream. No. There were fears of populated. No. There were fears of damage. So underline the word damage. There were fears of damage in human settlements. Downstream. Underline that word as well. Including in heavily populated areas, many villages were evacuated and people taken to safer areas. Perfect. So what is the answer here? A and D. Which option is that? Fourth option. Please write the meaning of the word evacuate. I think you have already got. So you tell me what is the meaning of the word evacuate. Shift people to a safer place. You all know that. Whenever there is a disaster, people are evacuated. Any other word you have to learn? What is this downstream? When you take a stream, imagine it is going down in a particular direction. That is known as downstream. Opposite, upstream. Good. Question number 4. PNB currently does not have the election strength. Does it sound right or wrong? I am sorry to say, you have you had your lunch? When someone asks a question, what are you supposed to do? Answer. I keep on asking and you don't respond, it is not interactive. So does it sound right? Yes or no? Something. PNB currently does not have the, please underline, strength. What strength does not matter. Generally, if you are exposed to the language, you will think of does not have the required strength, requisite strength, better word, and common word is required strength. If you know that, then you know the synonym, you get the answer. So here you know it is not the right word, underline that, and is therefore looking to get another shareholder, director, through board approval route after requisite. So try to take it to the first place. What will you get? PNB currently does not have the requisite NRC strength. Perfect. And what is the last one here? After election of such a director. So based on that, what is the answer? A and D, which option is that? Fourth option is the answer. But write the meaning of the word requisite or requisite. Means required. Write the word required. Required strength, simple English. Requisite strength, effective English. But when you come across this word, you have to recollect another word. What is that word? Please write the word prerequisite. Have you heard of this? Write one example. It is a prerequisite. Something is a prerequisite. Write the meaning. It means to have something before or to have something in advance. To have something in advance. Before you do something, you should have something. Then we say it is a prerequisite. Imagine some exam you have to take in English. Then it is a prerequisite that you can read and write English. So that's a condition. Have you got the meaning? Fine. How many questions based on this set? One more is there. The committee on the ground situation as well as the actions taken by them after the incident to evacuate people and to contain the damage caused by the flooding. Any problem here? So what is the answer? Fifth option, no change required. The committee on the ground situation, as well as actions taken by them after the incident to evacuate people and to contain, underline the word contain. That's an important word, put a star mark. Contain the damage caused by the flooding, underline the word flooding. You all know the word contain. Say yes or no. What does it mean? Contain something to have something, very good. But contain in this context, another meaning. Please write the second meaning of the word contain. It means control. Write one combination. First you write the meaning. Contain means what? Control. Write the combination. Contain the disease. Contain the disease. Or the pandemic. Contain the pandemic means what? Control the pandemic. That is an important meaning. Then you write the word flood. You all know floods. But today we talk about a new term, right? Urban floods. We have floods in Hyderabad, in Chennai, in Bangalore, all big cities. What are those called? Urban floods. But there's an important word. Flood is a general term. Write the word inundation. To get inundated. Inundation means floods. Please write the synonym of floods. Inundation. Have you heard of this word any time? An important word. Inundate is a verb form, inundation, noun. It means floods. So that set is over. Who has got all the 5 correct? A lot of students, that's wonderful. That's good. We'll go to the next one. One more is there. What are these about? New set. Either wrongly spelt or inappropriate. All are easy in fact. First one, we'll look at the words to save time. Anything wrong with the word disruption? Anything wrong with the word opportunity? Yes. What is the spelling of opportunity? O-P-P-O-R-T-U-N-I-T-Y. So answer is second one. That is not correct. But write the meaning of the word disruption. I think you have got this word already. So it means what? Interrupt. One student has been responding very well because I have already given this word. Disrupt means to interrupt. Disruption, interruption. You all know the word interrupt. There is one phrasal verb with the same meaning. Please write that phrasal verb. Break in. And write one example as well. Phrasal verbs are very important, do remember. And write one example. Don't break in while I'm speaking. Don't break in while I'm speaking. So what does it mean? Don't interrupt while I'm speaking. Now you got the meaning. Wonderful. Any other word you have to learn? To go back to the, we'll see the sentence now. The pandemic-related disruption has given the center the opportunity to go back to the drawing board. Underline that expression. Go back to the drawing board. Please underline. Means, write the meaning of that expression. Go back to the starting point. Or to start afresh. Go back to the starting point. Or to start afresh. Start afresh means what? Begin again. And fix the fundamental flaws. What is the meaning of the word fix? Usual meaning. Join something. But in this context, what does it mean? I have given this word already. I have given the meanings as well. Fix, I gave 2 words if you remember. One is, please write the word mend. Then you write the word repair. Do you remember? Fix the fan means what? Repair the fan. Then you underline the word flaws. Flaw means what? Please write the meaning. Flaw means mistake. Write the meaning. mistake. And there's one popular saying, write that popular saying, no one is flawless in this world. No one is flawless in this world. We all make mistakes. Degree differs from person to person. Flawless means no mistakes. And there's one combination. Please write, have you copied this? Please write flawless English. He speaks flawless English. Means what? Without any mistakes. Perfect English. That's also an important expression. So we'll go to the next question. Shall we? Underline the word address. Address a looming. Is this question number 6? Underline one more word, looming. Address, simple word, but looming. I think you have got this word loom. And write the combination, something looms large. Have you heard of this? Loom large means something that appears vaguely and it threatens you. It could be something negative. Loom large means a sort of fear that something is going to happen, but it is not clear, it is vague. I think you have got this word already. Fine. We'll go to the next one. Question number 7. It is imperative. Underline the word imperative. Anything wrong with this word? But write the meaning of the word imperative. We may forget otherwise. Imperative means important, crucial. Write 2 words. First you write the word important. Then you write crucial. Nothing wrong with the word. It is imperative to make the major port trust competitive. Anything wrong with the word competitive? Please respond. Perfect spelling. Tick that one. Competitive by reducing the transaction costs, not only to retain the business. Anything wrong with the word business? Yes or no? She says yes. What is wrong with this? But also to accelerate, underline the word accelerate, their economic development. What is wrong with the word business? I don't think any problem. The word is right. So what is the answer here? And correct spelling, appropriate words also. That you have to check. It is imperative, it is important to make the major port trust competitive. How? By reducing the transaction cost, not only to retain the business, but also to accelerate their economic development and growth. No problem. Contextually, grammatically perfect. What is the answer now? 5th option. Please respect the 5th option. All correct. Continuing to provide. Anything wrong with the word provide? Basic banking services while implementing. Yes. What is the spelling of implement? Please write the word implement. And what is the ing form? Implementing. But do you see the same spelling over there? So what is the answer? The second word is not correctly spelt. Implement, not IE. COVID-19 protocols. Underline the word protocols. Particularly, no problem, during the lockdown was daunting. Underline the word daunting. Does it sound familiar? What is the combination? Tell me. Very good. Please write daunting task. Something that is not easy to do, something that is frightening, something that is intimidating. Intimidate, that's an important word you have to remember. Intimidate means what? To frighten. To frighten. You all know the word frighten. Intimidation takes different forms. When someone comes very stylishly, others may get intimidated. When someone is very rich, others may get intimidated. When someone speaks with put-up accent and speaks fluently, others get intimidated. Someone is quite efficient, others may get intimidated. There are different forms, in fact. So, you got the answer, you got the words. Shall I go to the next question? But I told you, yes, sir. I told you to underline one word. Which one is that? So you're pushing the master. Go to the next one. Go. Please write the word protocol. Protocol means what? The official procedure. Please write the meaning. Official procedure while receiving someone. Official procedure while receiving someone. Generally it goes with this meaning. Imagine the Prime Minister is coming to this city, then the Chief Minister has to go and receive the Prime Minister. That is part of the protocol. If he does not do that, we say he did not follow the protocol. Have you got the meaning? Fine. We'll go to question number 9. Is the pace okay? The case of gold loan focused, any problem with the word focused? Could also be considered. Anything wrong with this? As a specialized experience, any problem? In the field ensures they are well placed to deal with the attendant. This is a bit difficult. How many of you thought there is something wrong with the 4th word? That is the answer. Please mark it wrong. And write the correct spelling of that word. It is not D-E-N-T. It has to be D-A-N-T. Please correct it. Attendant, D-A-N-T. So answer is what? 4th word. Question number 10. The management is of the view that the assets and liabilities. Anything wrong with the word liabilities? What is the spelling? L-I-A-B-E or B-I? Very good. Liability. So answer is the second one. What are the other words here? This is ridiculous. Tell me, why is it ridiculous? Go to the 4th one. Who has prepared this paper? No comments. We'll go to the next question. Shall we? Now we have the passage, a new pattern. Have you gone to the passage? Yesterday, to be very frank, I did not go to the passage. And I was busy talking to someone. Somehow I managed. And I told you to read again and cross-check. Do you remember? But to a great extent, I feel I did justice. Almost all the questions. And today's passage is an important one for 2 reasons. One, what is this passage about? Tax, economy, important. And why is it important? The second factor, a new pattern. New pattern, you got to be alert, careful, and try to get maximum. And nowadays, every paper you come across new patterns. And whenever you come across a new pattern, what happens? You feel jittery. You got the word jittery. Means what? Nervous. That should not happen. Look at the questions carefully. You can answer this passage also. Almost all the questions, provided you read the passage coolly and look at the questions meticulously. We'll see the first one. What is the first one here? Question number 11. In the above passage, a paragraph in italics is given, from which 5 words have been replaced with a blank. These words, represented by a letter, are given below the paragraph in a random order. Underline the word random. What is the opposite of the word random? Write the word systematic. Systematic, opposite, random. Rearrange these words in an appropriate order so that these fit the blanks and give out a grammatically and meaning coherent paragraph. Underline the word coherent. And write one word, that's an important word, not at this stage, perhaps in future. Write the word coherence. Coherence means, write the meaning, smooth and logical flow of sentences. Smooth and logical flow of sentences. When it comes to writing, there is one quality they look for. Any piece of writing, there should be coherence. Otherwise, it is not good writing. So, what is the meaning of the word coherence? Smooth and logical flow of sentences. They should be connected. They have to flow smoothly and logically. So, that is one form, and in this question, there is another form. What is the form here? Coherent paragraph. Means the same thing. What are the words here? But we'll go to the blanks first. You all have the handout with you. I think it is the last but one paragraph, am I right? It is not clear why it took the Narendra Modi administration so long to underline this plan. Generally, plan, what are the words you can think of? Execute, implement, exercise. These are the words. Now we'll go to the options. Capacity can you use? You have to respond. To capacity, grammatically not correct. We'll use grammar knowledge. To resistance, what do you need? A verb. How many options? Verbs? Only one. So long to, here to, then you cannot use declared. Form is not right, but one more verb is there. Which one is that? The last one, articulate. So answer is either contextually or your grammar knowledge. Only one word stands out. Which one is that? Please underline the word articulate and write the meaning. To speak clearly. To speak clearly. And write one combination. Articulate speaker. He is an articulate speaker. Means what? He speaks clearly. Very simple. Have you got the first one? We'll go to the second blank. Two blanks enough. If you get the answer, you get the actual answer. To articulate this plan or make headway on this front, even without such a blueprint as the PM had. Underline the word had. Had, after that, the moment you see had, what are you supposed to think of? A verb. Verb in which form? Which form? Past participle form. So what do you have here? Only one. Already you have used articulate. Only one verb. Which one is that? Declared. That is the one. Now you got to be a little smart. What is the order you got? E, D. How many options with that? That is your answer. Save your time. So what is the answer here? Second option is the answer. Have you got it? You don't have to go beyond. You can save your time. We'll go to the next question. Which of the following is, oh my God, true. Underline the word true. Which of the following is or are true with respect to the passage? Based on yesterday's experience, I had to spend some time. All of you take the handout. Please go to the first paragraph. Go to seventh line. It starts, sixth or seventh, it starts with, this includes likely inflows from the strategic sale or of entities. Have you seen that? Now, next one, A is what here? Now that is this question number 12? The listing of LIC could be completed as well with necessary amendments. Where do you find that? I think the next sentence talks about that. Am I right? The listing of LIC could be complemented as well. So true or not true? Tick this one, it is true. After that, what do you see? However, most significant, but that is not given. However, and same wording is a new strategic disinvestment. You see the same thing. True or not true? True. Tick that one also. Third one, if you go further down, then you see one more sentence. The policy promised as part of Atmanirbhar Bharat package. Same wording here. So what does it mean? What is the answer? This is easy to answer because explicit information clearly mentioned. But what matters while taking the test or in the actual exam, will you have so much patience to cross-check? That matters a lot. If you get so much time, easy question. You don't get time, then better not to touch. Is this clear? But easy to answer because explicit information. Go to the next one. Which of the following can fill the blank B? Where is the blank B? Last paragraph, am I right? Say yes or no. Among its multiple challenges, the government, B, what are the options here? Could need to create confidence. The context talks about past or present or future. First you have to decide. It talks about future. Based on that, can you use could? Can you use would? No. You have to decide between can, will. But future, which is what is the word you think of? Will. So how many options with will? So two options are will need to creating or will need to create. Easy to answer. So what is the answer here? Second option is the answer. This is also easy to answer. But you have to be careful. Confidence matters a lot. In my opinion, easy to answer. We'll go to question number 14. Which of the following word can fill in the blank marked as A in the passage? Where is this A? The government spending plans for 2021-22 hinge on better compliance. Is that the sentence? Lifting tax collections and. So there is a clue for you. Underline and. How many options you can consider? Two options. What are those two options? Ambitious, unenthusiastic. But based on the context, we'll use a positive word or a negative word. What is the positive word here? So what is the answer? Third option is the answer. You have a question? No. Sure. Ambitious. Write the meaning of the word ambition. Ambition. The desire to achieve something great. The desire to achieve something great. You want to achieve something great, then what do we say? You are an ambitious person. You are all ambitious youngsters. You all have an ambition. What is that ambition? I don't want to tell, you have to tell. To become a banker. Am I right? Fine. Shall we easy one or difficult one? This one. Easy. We'll go, but I'm not touching the words. Do you want me to touch the words? Yes, sir. Fine. Here there's nothing, but go to 14. Ambition, I have given the word. Now you should answer, what is the meaning of the word enthusiasm? Enthusiasm. Interested. Okay. Now what is the meaning of lethargic? Please write the meaning. Write the meaning. Lethargic means very slow and lazy. Very slow and lazy. Some people are lethargic. Means what? Very slow and they don't want to work. Lazy people. Then you underline the word facile. I'm not quite sure, but I feel it means a dimension. Write the meaning. Dimension. A particular dimension. Now we'll go to the next one. Which of the following is or not true? Please underline not true. Based on explicit information, you have to spend some time, but you can answer. All of you take the handout, go to the first paragraph and go to the fag end of the paragraph. But there you see one sentence, in India's brief but tortuous history. Do you see that here? A is that, tick that one. Including Balco and Hindustan Zinc. Fag end of the paragraph, you see that. Some including Balco and Hindustan Zinc. Have you spotted that? So tick that one. But here what happens, you got to be extremely careful and meticulous. Third one seems to be right. Go to the last sentence, last but one sentence, paragraph 1. There you see one sentence. It can be no one's case. Underline the verb can. But in the option, do you see the word can or do you see some other word? Underline the word will. There's a lot of difference between it can be, it will be. They are not one and the same. It can be talks about a possibility. It will be talks about a future dimension. That means, are they one and the same? That means, is it true or not true? A is true, B is true, C is not true. So what is the answer? Second option is the answer. This also you can answer, but within the stipulated time, not easy to answer. Has anyone answered this one? Oh, wonderful, highly appreciable. Find the antonym of the word strategic. I think you got this word the other day. Strategic means what? Important. Do you see that option here? But underline the word antonym. Something important, something not important. I have given that word as well. What is that word? Trivial. They want the opposite, so what is the answer? Second option. Write one combination. Trivial. Write two combinations. One, trivial issue. Second, trivial fight. Sometimes people fight over silly issues. Then what do you say? Trivial fight. Trivial issue. Means not important. You got the meaning? What are the other words? Please underline the word cardinal. Cardinal, one of the meanings important. That also means important. Write one combination. Cardinal rules. Cardinal rules. Means what? Important rules. One of the meanings. Then underline the word decisive. We got this word as well. Deciding. That time one student was asking. Remember? So write the meaning decisive. Means something that is deciding. Or write the deciding factor. The deciding factor. Something that is going to decide the course of action. Then we say decisive. Imperative, I gave the meaning sometime back. What does it mean? Important. Very good. Necessary, simple word. So easy or difficult, this one? You haven't responded, that means it is not easy. In the passage, 4 words highlighted in bold. C, D, E, F and G. How many? 4 or 5? But they say 4. Choose the one, which one is wrongly spelled. What are the words here? Now you have to respond quickly. Announced, right or wrong? Monetization. Including. What is the spelling of disinvestment? Double L or single, double S or single S? So what is the answer here? The 4th one is the answer. Easy to answer. In the passage, sentence is highlighted in bold, which contains may or, it talks about a sentence, error, no error. A single controversial transaction, any problem? I hope you are all with me. For sure. Second part, a single controversial transaction could settle. Do you have to go beyond that? Why? First you underline the word could. Could is what? Helping verb. What is the rule that goes with a helping verb or all the helping verbs? If you have to use a verb after a helping verb, that verb has to be in bare infinitive. What is the verb here? Scuttled. It is in the past, not correct. So what is the right word here? Could scuttle the momentum. And make a note, it is about bare infinitive. Easy or difficult? Easy to answer. Find the antonym, underline the word antonym, of the given word entities. How many of you know the meaning of the word entity? Please write the word singular form. Entity means what? Please write one of the meanings. Living creature. Entity means could be an animal, could be a person, something that has life. Living creature. They want the opposite. Have you written the meaning? What is opposite? Animate, life. What is opposite? Inanimate. How many of you have chosen the first option? That is the answer. Good. Article is not correct. Being is not correct. Creature is not correct. Existence is not correct. But that is one meaning. Write the second meaning, but not the same word. Write another word. First you write the expression non-entity and write one sentence. He is a non-entity. He is a non-entity in the group. Have you heard of this any time? Sometimes we talk about persons in a group or a company and we say this, he is a non-entity. Means not an important person. Please write the meaning. Here non-entity means not an important person. No one knows him, no one cares him. Not an important person, non-entity. I hope you got the meaning. Have we done with the passage? Or we have one more? We have done with the passage. Who has got how many questions based on the passage? Who has got all the 9 correct? I should expect. No one. Who has got 8 correct? Good. Only you got 8. Wonderful. Wonderful. Fine. We'll go to the next set of questions. What do they deal with? Have you heard what I said? What do they deal with, I said? Have you taken the mock test? What are these about? In this question, a sentence has been split into 5 parts, denoted by 1, A, B, C, and D. Consider part 1 given in bold as correct. Rearrange the parts. So what does it mean? Scrambled sentences. Remember we got the other day, but a different model. We'll see the first one. The very questioning. When you read something like this, without going to the options, what is a word you can think of? Of questioning of something. If you know that, you get the order. Which part begins with of? Is it B or C? It's a little tricky. The very questioning of the monopoly of the lower house. So how many options with C? That's your answer. Save your time and energy. How much time does it require? Only a second. But this happens if you know the context. If you are exposed to the language, then it is an easy question. Otherwise, what happens? Look at all the combinations, get tensed up. And finally, what happens? You are left with 2 options. This one, that one, this one, that one. There is a dilemma all the time. To be or not to be. Have you heard of that? I hope you all understand my English. Very loud. Question number 21. The rover will study, that is the first part. Study, you should ask the question what or whom, because subject, verb, object combination. Can you say which would? It studies a place. So what is the answer based on that? The rover will study the geology here and store samples. Seems right or wrong? How many options with a D? Happy? Easy question. 1 second, not more than that. 22. One may face what? This is a little challenging. There are 2 possibilities. One may face the trauma of repression, possible. One may face harassment or violence, possible. But if you look at the punctuation, here there is a full stop. So it cannot be the continuation. Based on that, one may face the trauma of repression. How many options begin with A? But check that one. One may face the trauma of repression and what? Speaking out long after they have experienced harassment or violence. This is perfect. So how many of you have chosen the first option? Wonderful. These are also not easy under pressure. You got to read carefully. We need a robust culture. Culture for what? Of what? 2 questions you can ask. So what is the first part after that? We need a robust culture of open speech. Seems right. We need a robust culture. Our claims, no. We need a robust culture and justice in public. Culture and justice not related. We need a robust culture threatened? No. So, how many options begin with A? Answer is that. What is the answer here? ACBD. Let us check. We'll check all the time. We need a robust culture of open speech and the right to defend what? Defend and justice in public. I think some problem is here. Let me see. We need a robust culture of open speech and the right to defend. Defend what? Our claims to dignify. So it should be A, B. And also, oh, we have the fifth option. What is the fifth option here? Please respect the fifth option. Answer is no rearrangement required. I myself forgot. We don't respect the fifth option. That is a problem. How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Oh, good. Now read the sentence. We need a robust culture of what? Of open speech and the right to defend. Again, defend what? Our claims to dignity and justice in public without being threatened with defamation or more. Perfect. No need to touch the sentence. Question number 24. Oh, that part is over. Easy or difficult? No response means difficult. As simple as that. So here we will go to column. These are time taking. We have only 15 minutes, but we'll do it fast. You have to respond. India Renewable Energy Development Agency, IREDA, is a public limited company established in 1987 to what? Always ask questions. To promote, develop and extend financial assistance of renewable energy. Seems right. So what is the answer here? First you make a note AE. Ideally, the woes of distressed migrants could have been redressed by giving a basic income, or as a second best, the government could have made a reasonable amount of money transfer. But there are two problems here. One, punctuation problem, there is a comma, and it is not contextually right also. You cannot consider BD. What is the third one? This urges them to explore the scope of higher education abroad and secure a place in good universities, as they have an advantage over students from other countries in terms of skills and knowledge. Seems perfect. So here you can consider first pair is what? AE. Second pair is what? CF. Which option is that? Answer is the first option. Easy, but you have to read carefully. 25. In view of the government's efforts to provide education online, as the situation is not yet conducive to open the schools and colleges with an ever-rising COVID-19 cases across the country, there is a comma. Can you consider that? No. Second one, the survey was conducted during May and June. This is a little tricky. The survey was conducted during May and June when the world had seen the peaks of the pandemic with lakhs of virus-infected cases and thousands of deaths in India. Tell me why is it tricky? Have you chosen this pair? Do they form a pair? How many of you say no? Raise your hands. You said no. They don't form a pair. What is the reason? On the one hand, it talks about, please underline, the world had seen. And in the second part, it talks about deaths in India. So you cannot consider these two. Either in India completely or in the world completely, it has to be. Then we'll go to the third one. What is the third one here? As some hardware such as a computer, laptop, tab or smartphone is an essential requirement for a student to receive online education. Continuity is there. So what is the answer based on that? Which option is that? Only one. CF is the answer. While India has made significant progress in raising enrollment rates for primary education schools, there's a problem with the punctuation. They should have said primary education, either a full stop would have been ideal, or if not, a comma. That idea is over. Continuation, another idea. What is that? Schools have been less successful at preventing dropouts during this critical learning phase. Two different dimensions. What is the first one? Positive. While India has made significant progress in raising enrollment rates have gone up. But on the other hand, schools have been less successful at preventing what? Dropouts. Do they form a pair? Yes, beyond any doubt. Please make a note, A and D. Hold that one. The study covering 5,987 children in the age group of 11 and 18 in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana found what? That merely less than 9% of the respondents own a smartphone. Does it seem right? Make a note, B and D. First pair is what? A and D. And second pair is what? B and E. Third one you have to check. The effects of the pandemic are expected to have a lasting impact on every sphere of activity. And what are you left with? Even as various nations are trying to revive their economies, are they related? No. So what is the answer here? First option, am I right? A, D and B, E. Perfect. Is that the last one? Easy or difficult? When I ask a question, whom am I asking? Students. Why should I ask? You can also think, sir, you decide for yourself. Why do you ask us? You decide for yourself. You can do that. There's a reason behind. Now you're not responding. Sometimes you respond, sometimes you don't respond. So I cannot assess your standards. But the way you respond, I can assess. If you respond, then I know right, wrong, where exactly you stand. Based on that, my teaching will change. Do remember, teaching based on my experience and expertise, I modify according to the standards of the students. If the students are all convent educated, I will not speak this way. If I speak this way, they will say he's not good at English. Very simple. I'll change my pace. Pace means speed. I'll change my accent. I will use different words altogether. And I'll speak fluently. Now I speak with a lot of pauses. And keep asking, are you here? Are you listening? Do you understand? So I keep asking because you are new to me, I'm new to you. How many weeks are over? I think this is the third week, am I right? So at least a month we have to see, then we come to know what your standards and what my style of teaching. Then we try to balance. Then it goes from there. Either it can go the same level or it can take off. If it takes off, you're happy, I'm happy. Very simple. Same level, no point in coming, no point in teaching. So I will ask again, easy or difficult? These are difficult. That's what I expect. Why? Two reasons. Reason one, time taking. You got to spend a lot of time. Second reason, you need to have contextual awareness. Because everything you have to check. First one, you have to check 3 options. Second one, you have to check if you get the first one, first pair, then you have to check 2 options. That is, it takes a lot of time. Under pressure, not easy. Imagine same question, many students say, sir, easy, sir. Then I understand, oh, these students are good at English. They have different standards altogether. Then accordingly, I will try to address the gathering. Fine. The last set of questions, what do they deal with? Your favorite grammar-based questions, error location, right? Are they about error location? In my opinion, all the questions you should be able to answer. Let us see. According to the data compiled by the National Crime Records Bureau, any error? The number of registered cyber crimes, any error? Increased by 63.5% in the year 2019 compared to the previous years. Will you say previous years or compared to the previous year? So where is the error? Fourth part, the year 2019 and the previous year. Similar comparison. Please underline. To answer this, first you have to focus on the year 2019. It talks about the year 2019 and the previous year. You cannot use a possessive case here. So strike off apostrophe yes. How many of you have got this one right? In my opinion, this is an easy question. We'll go to the next one. The implementation, you have the word implementation with correct spelling. The implementation of the new guidelines. What is the subject of this sentence? Please underline the word implementation, write subject. Then you underline of the new guidelines and write a phrase. Usually writers add phrases, clauses to the subject. First you have to identify, then put the phrase or clause in brackets. The implementation have or has, nothing wrong with that. But you have another word here. When you see has, have, which tense are you supposed to think of? Tell me the tense. Very good. Present perfect tense. Then what is it right or wrong? It is wrong. What is the correct expression? Has had. Then it is correct. Please correct it. I'll give 2 examples, then you get clarity. Have you corrected? Please write 2 examples. I have had my lunch. He has had his lunch. So these 2 sentences are in which tense? Present perfect. Why the difference? Third person singular we should use has, other pronouns have. Otherwise the same pattern. I have had, he has had, it has had. I hope you guys got it. Simple question based on which tense? Present perfect tense. This is a little tricky and not easy to understand and doesn't go with everyday conversational English. Every one of the films, underline 1 unit. You suggested 1 unit. But here what is the subject? Every one. Here there are 2 problems. One problem, we don't say in this context every one of the films. Perhaps there should have been a pause. Every one of the films you have suggested, then it is acceptable. But has it given us 2 words or 1 word? Then how does it sound? Everyone is interested, everyone is listening. That is not the word here. So as such, imagine there is space. Please write 2 separate words. Every one of the films, it should be read that way. Then no error. Then every one of the films, is it singular or plural? If you don't answer this, every one of the films, singular. Will you use a singular verb or a plural verb? So where is the error? Is it D or C? C. Suggested. Every one of the films you suggested is not worth seeing. But generally we don't say this. What do we say? Each of the films you suggested. Please write the word here. Each of the films. Each of the films or every film you suggested. One more expression we use. Every film you suggested. Rarely we say every one of the films. That is a rare expression. But error is with the verb, not plural verb, singular verb. How many of you have got this one right? Okay. We'll go to the last question. That day, when they brought her back for the last time, there was many old-timers or there were many old-timers? One reading, you don't have to go beyond. Here, was is not correct. It should be were. How many questions based on error location? Who has got all the 4 correct? Off chasing.